Okay, let's get started. $200 per month raise and $360 raise for monthly beneficiaries of Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI survivors, and SSI benefits. Let's get right into it. Last day, I talked about this. $360 potential raise for about 65 to 70 million profitable payees. However, reading from lots of the comments, I've seen many people reaching out saying, what about the $200 per month raise that Biden promised to us about 1.5 years ago? I've also been seeing this trouble in the title a bunch lately as well. So, I want to talk about the two different raises, the potential in the former $200 as well as the later $360 raise for the same beneficiaries. As I mentioned, some of the questions that pop up are asking, are these the same thing? Are we going to get both? What's happening? What do this mean? And do I want the breakdown? That's the reason I will present a little bit more obvious here. Let's discuss and break it all down about this $200 per month raise, which is a demand I go on to see popping up down each day. It is true that Biden promised with us. On the other hand, I'm not supporting. I just tell basically, many people like a pickup on a trend about finance. Such a proposal was introduced way back in the late March of 2020. There was a small handful of Democratic senators who came up with an idea to send down an extra $200 per month for all of these beneficiaries, about 65 to 70 plus million receivers, on an ongoing basis for about a year and a half. At the time, that was superb. It was extremely encouraging. Nevertheless, in a short time after came out with this professional introduction, with this awesome suggestion that made society exhilarating, it pretty much dissipated, and we didn't hear much about it and don't have any information. I can see a few headlines here and outstanding over the last couple of years recently. Should it be reintroduced? This $200 per month payment can come back again. But now, let me quickly bring it. And this $3,060 raise that I talked about yesterday, I'm going to bring up, from my point of view, more promising than the $200 per month raise. So, let's dig a little bit more. Many numbers, many different things here. But realistically, we need to have comprehensive skill to everything to continue in the line of changing dramatically. $360 raise could actually be something implemented as a result of the Social Security 2100 introduced by Representative John Nation. Recently, this is the newest version of Social Security 2100. He was just on the floor about 2 months ago. He was there for 1 hour straight talking about this program, and this offer jointly with has been 200 co-sponsors on, so promising. In fact, the statistic, the references that I was thinking about actually are very inspired by this. This only needs 60 votes in the Senate, and there's a high likelihood that they could easily get due to asking for a ton, but rather it could be life-changing for the people receiving this money. So they're actually encouraging and saying, let's bring it to the floor. Let's get this thing going here, especially this year during an election, to get some work done on it. It's worth cheering it. However, this $360 is actually part of the Social Security 2100. And basically, what could happen is it would be implementing a $30 per month raise if it immediately upon the passage of this actually bill. Everybody's on the same page here that it has not been passed yet, but is one of the provisions of the Social Security 2100 combined with multiple other provisions in that bill, which will also be really nice as well. Adjusting the rate at which the COLA is actually circulated, as well as establishing the special minimum guarantee benefits. We have some good stuff in there for all these beneficiaries. One more thing I forgot to mention is yesterday, all of the proposals would actually only be good for 5 years. That's terrible comment. It changes our life for 5 years and then hits the road and then it disappears. So I don't appreciate it. But either way, at least it'll be something for a short term. 5 years is still better than absolutely nothing. Infinitive or whatever, however long, right? However, let me talk you through a couple of things that I could say. Based on everything going right now, it's way more encouraging than looking at maybe this $200 per month raise, unless it gets reintroduced. That one may have sold. Otherwise, this during the $60 raise, what I could say, this is what we could really keep our eyes on. Because I think this is way more promising than any of these other things. Besides that, the Security 2100 does sound pretty good, and according to what I've been seeing, it looks like they probably want to bring that to the floor sometime this year, which they probably already wanted. But there are a lot of things that delay the process now. But coming down to additional payment raises, things like this, honestly, I think we need to keep our eyes on a nationwide guarantee basic income program. I think that's where we need to pay attention because that is where the energy is going. We have new cutting age programs, not really cutting age, but these are the new programs that are popping up all around the country, and these are the ones that are getting the concentration. These are the ones that are getting the funding being proposed, actually being enacted to have out the low income and fixed income. So, if we have to put our money on anything, want to put on anything, I think it's all about guaranteed basic income programs at this point. And like I've been saying for a year and a half, I believe is it only a matter of time until they roll out the universal basic income or a guaranteed basic income program in this country on a nationwide level that would swoop in and also collect and make sure that all of the fixed income could actually also be eligible to receive this payment provided. Just like we discussed in one of the videos yesterday of what were established as $75,000. But if we had to follow on a 200 per month raise coming or 360 raise as a result of the Social Security 2100, we've already seen this program coming all over the country. So I know it seems kind of way, but realistically, there is the way that everything's going right now. There's multiple of these programs all over the country. They see that these programs are very suitable for the beneficiaries. Honestly, that's where things are going. This is just my perspective, based on what I observed during all this research. Maybe it's something else, but maybe I could be totally wrong, and I just want to let you know about that. I hope this clarifies a little bit more clearly for the 200 per month raise, as well as the 360 raise as I talked about yesterday. I hope it breaks it all down and gives you a little bit more perspective into what I'm watching carefully. Guaranteed income raises to benefiting like this. These individuals are having a hard time keeping up with everything going on right now, so they need to look out for all of these individuals. How can they do that? With a guaranteed basic income, no strings attached payment on an ongoing basis. That's how they can get it done, just like a stimulus check. Basically the same thing, but rather has a different name. It's just a monthly payment much smaller. It's not $1,000, it's not 1,200, it's not 1,400, but rather a lot of times it's 500, and that's usually the ticket that helps people that kind of like breakthrough. And that's usually what they are seeing is the massive result that they are seeing from these programs. Anyway, very encouraging stuff that we are seeing with the results of this program. I hope this explained further from the video yesterday. Stay safe out there, stay warm, and thanks so much for joining me. Goodbye.